Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. I offer my humble obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vasudeva. Narayanam namaskrityam naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayam mudirayet. Before reciting Srimad Bhagvatam, which is the very means of conquest, one should offer respectful obeisance unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, unto Nandarayan Rishi, the supermost human being, unto Mother Saraswati, the goddess of learning, and unto Srila Vyasadeva, the author of Srimad Bhagvatam. Nashtaprayeshu abhadreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya Bhagavati uttama shloke bhaktir bhavati naishtiki. By regular attendance in the classes on Srimad Bhagvatam and by rendering service unto the pure devotee, all that is troublesome to the heart is almost completely destroyed, and loving service unto the Personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Gurve Gaurachandraya Radhikaya Tadalaye Krishnaya Krishna Bhaktaya Tadbhaktaya Namo Namah. Hare Krishna, dear Vaishnavas, thank you so much for joining. We are reading Granthraj Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 7, Chapter 8. Lord Nrsimhadev slays the king of the demons, Hiranyakashipu. So we were reading the prayers of different personalities, and in the last one we were reading how the Prajapatis are speaking that we were not allowed to do our service of creating good progeny, and the Siddhas, the Charanas, the Nagas, everyone was troubled by Hiranyakashipu because he had turned the system completely upside down because of his extraordinary strength. But now everyone is happy, and everyone is offering their respects to the Supreme Lord because the system has been restored back to its normal course. So let's see who is offering the next prayers. Text number 50. Shri Gandharva Uchuhu Vayam Vibhote Natanatya Gayaka Yenatmasad Viryab Balaujasakritaha Saishanito Bhavatdasam Imam Kim Utpathastha Kushalaya Kalpate. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The inhabitants of Gandharva Loka prayed, Your Lordship, we ever engage in your service by dancing and singing in dramatic performances. But this Hiranyakashipu, by the influence of his bodily strength and valor, brought us under his subjugation. Now he has been brought to this low condition by your Lordship. What benefit can result from the activities of such an upstart as Hiranyakashipu? Purport: by being a very obedient servant of the Supreme Lord, one becomes extremely powerful in bodily strength, influence, and effulgence, whereas the fate of demoniac upstarts is ultimately to fall down like Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu and persons like him may be very powerful for some time, but the obedient servants of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, like the demigods, remain powerful always. They are victorious over the influence of Hiranyakashipu by the grace of the Lord. So, the Gandharvaloka residents are praying this verse all together. There are multiple, plural word is used. So what are they saying? That, and again, everyone has a specific service. The Nagas were talking about their jewels, The Prajapatis were talking about their service to create progeny. The Gandharvas are talking about their service of singing and dancing. So we see that variegatedness. Krishna has given everyone different skills and talents, and they are all using their skills and talents to serve Krishna. But Hiranyakashipu had turned the system upside down, so therefore they were not so happy. But now they are very happy because they can again continue to offer their services, that is singing and dancing, in nata natya, in like dramatic performances. So this is also a very bona fide way of Krishna consciousness. In ISKCON also we see so many devotees sing very nice kirtans, so many devotees dance on those very nice kirtans, or all these forms, Bharatanatyam, Kathakali are actually were expression of devotion. Dance is also an expression of devotion if done in the right consciousness. And so are the dramas. So many wonderful devotees have, like such brilliant dramas or Krishna conscious movies. So everything can be used in Krishna service. And Prabhupada is making a very nice point in the first line of the purport that a devotee is very, very powerful. In the interim, or sometimes the power may, it may seem that the demoniac forces are winning and the demoniac forces are getting stronger, but ultimately one who continues to render Krishna bhakti will be victorious. That's the point. That it may seem that now the temple is not fully open, or I cannot meet devotees as much as I would like to, or do certain services. But if we continue to do our best, and Krishna says, Yatra Yogeshwara Krishna, Yatra Partha Dhanurdhara, Tatra Shri Vijayo Bhuti Dhruva Nitir Matir Mama. Sanjay is concluding this, the last verse of Bhagavad Gita, that if we are obedient servant, the word used is obedient servant, ultimately they will be victorious. Krishna is saying that. So even in the interim, sometimes it may feel like opposite is happening, but we should nonetheless continue with our sincerity, and ultimately one will be certainly victorious in one's journey of Krishna consciousness. Any other comments or questions anyone has? Okay, let's read the next verse. Yes.
It's very noteworthy. Thank you so much for nice explanation. Very noteworthy to remember that the Devi Dasis used to face in front of Jagannath, and they used to put their back in the front of the audience, and that's how they used to dance. And Ramananda Roy, his main service was to make this to teach dance to these dancers. And in addition, there's a Kanai Natashala, very famous place where Lord Chaitanya performs many pastimes. And the word Natyashala means, where Kanai Natyashala means the entire house is painted with Krishna. So there are many paintings of Krishna on the walls. And anybody who and nowadays Natyashala is used for teaching dramas and dances, but that time the dramas and dances, just like you said, were all pastimes of Krishna. Rama, these were the topics of dramas and dances. Just a little addition. Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for the nice comments. Okay, let's read the next verse, text 51. Would someone like to read? We didn't read in last 1 or 2 days.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I can read.
Yes, please.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna devotees, Dandavat Pranam, all to Sri Prabhupada. Text number 51. Shri Charana Vacha Hare Tvangre Tavangre Pankajam Bhava Pavakram Asrita Yad Isa Sadhuhe Chayas Tvaya Sura Samapita. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The inhabitants of the Charana planet said, O Lord, because you have destroyed the demon Hiranyakashipu, who was always a stake in the hearts of all honest men, we are now relieved, and we eternally take shelter of your lotus feet, which award the conditional soul liberation from materialistic contamination. Purport: the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in His transcendental form of Narahari, Narasimhadeva, is always ready to kill the demons, who always create disturbances in the minds of honest devotees. To spread the Krishna consciousness movement, devotees have to face many dangers and impediments all over the world. But a faithful servant who preaches with great devotion of Lord must know that Lord Narasimha is always a protector. Hare Krishna. So here, the inhabitants of the Charana planet are glorifying Hiranyakashipu, glorifying Lord Narasimhadev, who killed Hiranyakashipu. And here we can see that Lord Srila Prabhupada is telling how Lord Narasimhadev is the protector of all the living entities, and particularly the devotees who have firm faith. And he is like, as you always said, Prabhuji, so a tiger, catches the cub and the deer with the same teeth. So, Hiranyakashipu is fearful for the demonic natured people, and but at the same time, even though he is so terrifying at times, but for the devotees, he is the most magnificent and beautiful Lord, who is there to protect all the time. So I have seen actually in in one of the Brahmachari temple, and there was a community we were going, and every community has, all the houses have the pictures of ADT, all these protection companies who take care of the protection. But the brahmacharis also had a house, or it was a devotee's house. They put a big picture of Lord Narasimha. So I was amazed to see that how the devotees have the affection and also belief that even in this Kali Yuga, they don't want anything else but just the protection of Lord Narasimhadev. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Please correct.
Thank you, Prabhu. Very nice meditation upon Lord's lotus feet. Taking shelter of your lotus feet, which award the conditioned soul liberation from material contamination. So only the Lord's lotus feet can award, Podechi bhavatu fane nahika nistara. This meditation upon Lord's lotus feet has come many, many times actually in scriptures. If we count, there are more than hundreds and hundreds of verses. Podechi bhavatu fane nahika nistara. There is no exit in this violent hurricane of this world. Shri Charana Tarani Dane Dase Karupara. Only by your lotus feet I can be relieved from the material cycle. Same point is conveyed here. Only by taking shelter of the Lord's lotus feet one can be free from the cycle of birth and death and be liberated. When we talk about liberation, we don't talk about the impersonal liberation. We talk about the personal liberation. That means back home, back to Godhead. And one very nice point for preaching, Prabhupada is mentioning there, even if there are challenges, even if there are dangers or impediments, a faithful servant, I am just reading the purport, a faithful servant preaches with great devotion, must know that Lord Narasimhadev will protect. That means the faithful servant has more faith in the Lord than any other impediments. Like how Prahlad Maharaj had faith. That's like the epitome of faith. But at our level, we should not feel that, oh, now the temple, I can't do much. It's pretty much, very limited entries there, the programs. I can't meet. I can't go out for book distribution, or I can't go out for prasad distribution. One should rather take this opportunity to think what I can do rather than what I cannot do in this situation. And if we think on those lines, then Krishna will inspire us with a lot of ideas and a lot of ways to share the message of Krishna consciousness, to spread the Krishna consciousness. In spite of this danger, or I'm not saying that we go out in public and just ignore or set a bad example that devotees are negligent or disobeying the government guidelines. We don't want to set that example, but we want to certainly do creative things in spite of all the challenges. Why? Again, for our benefit. And there are a lot of ways, actually. A lot of ways devotees are, distributing books. They are inspiring more people to come to Krishna conscious. And this is the age of technology. So many people are doing a lot, actually. So we must also try our best. And Krishna will help us to give more and more ideas. Any other comments or questions before we go on?
Hare Krishna Prabhu, this is Bhadra, Danvat. One thing about taking the shelter of lotus feet has all the signs. And one of the main signs is the Sudarshan Chakra. And the Sudarshan Chakra, we meditate on it, the Sudarshan Chakra at lotus feet of Krishna, or Lord Chaitanya, Lord Nityananda. Then the lust, anger, greed, those are blood granary. All these 6 enemies, they can be removed. They can, just by meditating and worshipping the lotus feet of the Lord, just meditating on those different signs at the lotus feet of Krishna. Radharani, Krishna, thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Okay, we'll read the next verse. Would someone like to read text 52?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu, I can read.
Please.
Hare Krishna to everyone. Text 52. Shri Yaksha Uchuhu Vayamanuchara Mukhya Karma Bhiste Manotne Stam Iha Diti Sutena Prapita Vahakatvam Satu Janaparitapam Tatkrutam Janatatate Narahar Upanita Panchatma Panchavisham. Translation and purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. The inhabitants of Yakshaloka prayed, O controller of the 24 elements, we are considered the best servants of your lordship because of rendering services pleasing to you. Yet we engage as palanquin carriers by the order of Hiranyakashipu, the son of Diti. O Lord, in the form of Narsimhadev, you know how this demon gave trouble to everyone. But now you have killed him, and his body is mixing with the 5 material elements. Purport. The Supreme Lord is the controller of 10 senses, the 5 material elements, the 5 sense objects, the mind, the intelligence, the false ego, and the soul. Therefore, he is addressed Pancha Vimsha, the 25th element. The inhabitants of Yaksha planet are supposed to be the best of all servants, but Hiranyakashipu engaged them as palanquin carriers. The entire universe was in trouble because of Hiranyakashipu. But now the Hiranyakashipu's body was mixing with 5 material elements: earth, water, fire, air, and sky. Everyone felt relief upon Hiranyakashipu's death. The Yakshas were reinstated in their original service to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thus, they felt obliged to the Lord and offer their prayers. So this is very nice verse, and in the translation, Prabhupada ji is giving the explanation that how the Lord is controlling the 25 elements, which is like a 5 material element: sense object, mind, intelligence, false ego, and the soul. And further is explained that when the Hiranyakashipu body was mixing with the 5 material elements, and similarly in Bhagavad Gita also Krishna said that this body is made up with the 8 elements: Bhumi, Rapo, Nalo, Vayuhu, Kham, Mano, Buddhireva cha, Ahankara iti me, Bandha, Prakriti, Rashtada. So as he has said here, similar thing happens when the soul leaves the body. All these 5 elements goes into that particular form, and only the soul get another body as per the last wish of that soul. Antakale cha mameva. So that is the connection of the 5 material element and the last wish of the soul. So that's what we get, the new body at the time when we leave this material body and go back to the next journey. Thank you, Prabhu. Back to you.
Thank you, Mataji. Very nice. So, Yakshas are very, very powerful beings, like Gandharvas, Charanas, Siddhas, Nagas, Pitras, Gandharvas, so many. All these are very powerful beings. They are not ordinary creatures like us. They have special abilities. You know the famous story how even the Yakshas captured the brothers of Maharaj Yudhishthir, and then the Yaksha asked different questions, and then we have read that in the Mahabharata story. This comes that the Yaksha had taken there was a lake which belonged to them, and the Pandavas, the other brothers except for Yudhishthir, ignored their voice, so they were kind of captured by them. And finally Yaksha, Yudhishthir Maharaj answered their question. He said, okay, which brother do you want to revive? You can revive only one brother. And then he said, okay, I think he said Nakul. I don't know, he said Nakul or Sadhya, but he said Nakul, I believe, either one of the twins. So he was very amazed because Nakul was the son of Madri. The other wife, you can say Bhima and Arjuna were his direct brothers. They were all 5 to 1 unit, but they were his direct brothers because they were sons of Kunti. But Nakul and Sadhya were sons of Madri, who was already Sati, who had died with Pandu, had voluntarily chosen to give her life. But Yaksha was amazed. Why you want to, because everyone loves their people more than anyone else. Right? So he said that, then Yudhishthira Maharaj replied that out of the sons of Kunti, I am alive. But I also want to make sure that one son of, if I have a choice, rather than being, biased with my brother, he was so selfless and so broad-minded, saying that one son of Madhuri should also be alive. Seeing that and hearing that perspective and his broad-mindedness, his Dharmaraj Yudhishthir, he said, okay, you can revive all your brothers. And then they were all back. So the point here is that Yakshas were very, very powerful. And these powerful beings were carrying palanquin in the court of Hiranyakashipu. So can we imagine the strength of Hiranyakashipu? And we have discussed this point again, that all these verses, the plural tense is used. Uchu, not uvacha. Uvacha is singular. Uchu is plural. That means multiple, hundreds, thousands, millions maybe. So they're all together. The strength of Siddhas, Charanas, and Gandharvas, Pitras, Nagas, Yakshas put together was not equal to Hiranyakashipu's strength. So powerful Hiranyakashipu was. But Nrsimhadev just ripped him apart with his nails. Because ultimately, as we read in the last verse, demoniac forces may be powerful for some time, but ultimately they are gone. So that is the glory of Lord Nrsimhadev. That is the glory of his devotees. Everyone is happy, and now Hiranyakashipu is killed. Anyone has any other comments or questions? Okay, let's read text number 53.
Yes, Prabhuji, I can read.
Yes, Nataji, please.
53. Sri Kim Purusha Uchuhu Vayam Kim Purushatvam Tu Mahapurusha Ishwarah Ayam Kupurusho Nashto Dikrutah Sadhu Viryada. Translation. The inhabitant of Kim Purusha Loka said, we are insignificant living entities, and you are the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the Supreme Controller. Therefore, how can we offer suitable prayer unto you? When this demon was condemned by devotees because they were disgusted with him, he was then killed by you. The cause of the Supreme Lord's appearance upon the earth is stated in Bhagavad Gita, Adhyay 4, Slok 7 and 8 by the Lord himself. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bharata abhyutham naham dharmasya tadatmanam srujamyaham paritranayam sadhunam vinasaya cha duskrutam dharma sansthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Whenever there is a decrease in religious principles and predominant rise in religion, at that time I descend myself to deliver the pious and annihilated, the miscreant as well as re-establish the principle of religion. I myself appear millennium after millennium. The Lord appeared in order to execute two kinds of activities: to kill the demons and to protect the devotees. When the devotees are too disturbed by the demons, the Lord certainly appears in the different incarnation to give the devotees protection. The devotees, following in the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj, should not be disturbed by the demonic activities of the non-devotees. Rather, they should stick to their principle as sincere servant of the Lord and rest assured that the demonic activities directed against them will not be able to stop their devotional service. Thank you, Prabhuji. Big.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So, the Kim Purusha Loka, the residents, or the Kinnara, Nara Purusha, same meaning. Often, sometimes it is addressed as Kinnara, sometimes Kim Purusha, same. All these are higher planetary systems. So they are special beings. So Prabhupada is explaining in the purport that devotee follows the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaj. should not be disturbed by demoniac activities of non-devotees. Rather, one should stick to the sincere servants of the Lord and be assured that demoniac activities against them will not be able to stop by their devotional service. And that's what we see here. A sincere servant of the Lord who is following the footsteps of great souls. It's not that they gave up their bhakti or temples are closed, good reason to just stop bhakti. A so-called devotee would think like that, but a sincere devotee will say, no, let me intensify my time to go to office and come back has reduced. So everyone was at least anywhere between 30 minutes to 1 hour, 1.5 hours. I'm saving that. I'm not going out as much as I was going before, so let me utilize my time more in reading, hearing, chanting, services, etc. So a sincere seeker thinks like that. A so-called devotee will think, oh, now no one in the temple will ask me if I'm chanting or not. No one will ask me if what I'm doing at home. No one will ask me if I'm doing some bhakti or not. So the choice is always there. But all of you are such sincere souls following in the footsteps of great acharyas like Srila Prabhupada, and therefore you're also regularly coming to this Bhagavatam call, which I'm so grateful in giving your precious association. That's a great sign of sincerity. To do anything consistently, to do a spiritual activity consistently in this day and age is not easy. It is not easy. But it is certainly all of your sincerity to come every day without fail. And even if you can't make a day or two, then we have the recordings available. So it is a great sign of sincerity, and that's how a devotee takes. Even if there are challenging circumstances, we can't meet physically. That's fine. We can do what we can do without compromising our Krishna consciousness. And very nice point. The demon was condemned by devotees because they were disgusted with him. So basically Vaishnava Prad. If someone offends a devotee, then there is no hope for that person. The Lord is not pleased. Ultimately, that person is bound to get the same fate as Hiranyakashipu. So one should be very, very careful with Vaishnava Prad. Again, this point is coming. Any other comments or questions anyone has?
Hare Krishna, Subhilas. I have just we went through the fifth canto of the universe, and all this King Purusha Loka and all this other we are talking here, Yakshaloka, they all came in, right? I'm not good at that whole thing, but they all have their planets, right? We came across that in the fifth canto when we studied.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Kim Purusha Varsha. The Kim Purusha Varsha came. So the Kim Purusha Varsha came over there, and Lord Hanuman is the chief resident. He's praying, and then the prayers of the different Varshas also came. Bharat Varsha, and then the 9 divisions of Jambudweep. But that's in the Bhumandala level. Again, with my limited understanding, and it's a very complex subject as we all know, that now we may say, okay, where is Pitrloka, or where is Gandharvaloka, where is Charana, where is Siddhaloka, where is... So these are certainly in the upper planets, above the Bhumandala layer. Bhu, Bhava, Swa, Maha, Jana, Tapa, and Satya. So these are in those ranges between the Bhu and the Satya Loka. Again, I have to go back. Maybe I don't exactly remember, but these planets are said to be in those areas.
Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Anyone else has any other comments or additions, corrections?
So, Prabhuji, if I understand what you said, these upper planets, there itself, these Gandharvas, Yakshas might be residing. That is what you said, Prabhuji? I'm trying to understand if I heard correctly.
Correct.
Okay, thank you.
Often combined, they are said to be a Swargaloka, and the lower planets are said to be Patalaloka. The ones above the Bhumandala are, it's like a broad term, but there is more divisions there itself. Yes, the answer is yes. Any other additions? I remember one very nice prayer from the Kim Purusha Varsha. There the word Vana Aukasa comes there, that they're praying to, I think, Lord Ram, that we are the residents of Kim Purusha. Kim Purusha, one devotee was explaining like this, like in the Vanar Sena. Vanar Sena, it may appear, are Kim Purusha? Are these Purusha? They appear to be like Purusha, but they're not Purusha. They're not like monkey what we think, but they are special Purusha. We can think like that, which are may look like what we see in the movies as the monkey army of the Lord, but they are not ordinary monkeys. We know the strength of Vali, Sugriva, Angada. They were not just monkeys. So, and of course the mighty Hanuman. So these are the residents actually. That prayer, he said that who are we? We are animals. We are Vana Aukasa. We are traveling in the Vana. But you accepted our friendship. It is all by your causeless mercy, O Lord Ram. We don't deserve to be your friend. So, but Lord Ram accepted Sugriva as his friend. So that came in the Kim Purusha Varsha prayers. Again, showing the same point, that the Lord is not pleased by any externals, jnana, yajna, tapa, all these things, but sincere devotion from the heart, unflinching devotion. So same verse comes exactly in this Bharat Maharaj story, Jar Bharat. Same point exactly. That point comes multiple times. Anything else anyone wants to add or share? Okay, one last verse. Would someone like to read, please?
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I would like to read.
Yes, please.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat pranams to all the assembled devotees. Text 54. Shri Vaitalika Uchu Sabhasu Satreshu Tavamalam Yasho Gitva Saparya Mahtim Labhamahe Yastamanaishi Vashamesha Durjano Dvishtaya Hataste Bhagavan Yathamayah. Translation by Divine Grace Abhay Charna Ravinda Prabhu Sri Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The inhabitants of Vaitalika Loka said, Dear Lord, because of chanting your spotless glories in great assemblies and arenas of sacrifice, we were accustomed to great respect from everyone. This demon, however, usurped that position. Now, to our great fortune, you have killed this great demon exactly as one cures a chronic disease. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Because of chanting your spotless glories, Vaitalika Loka's devotees are saying this. In arenas of sacrifice, you were accustomed to great respect from everyone. So this demon didn't even allow that to happen. That is, Hiranyakashipu stopped the chanting of the glories of the Lord's holy name. They are referred to as spotless. Let's see what's the Sanskrit of this word here. Spotless, without any amalam. Very nice. That was amalam. Amalam yashaha. Mala means dirt, but Krishna's holy name is completely shuddha, or free from dirt. So one whose glories are free from mala. That means everything is transcendental. Everything is free from any spots. Now this has been, the demon has been killed, so they are happy because they can again sing the glories of the spotless Lord in great assemblies. So basically doing Sankirtan. This word spotless, nirmal, amal is used oftentimes again in the various texts. So we can also, that's what we should also do. But one lesson is that we should not get accustomed to great respect from everyone. Yes, other devotees, if someone is singing, we should certainly give respect. Oh, you sing very nicely. Even if they're trying their best, Prabhu, you're singing very nicely. You are from our heart, whatever genuinely we feel. If someone is good in, doing deity worship, someone is good in chanting, someone is good in... We must give all respect to others. But expecting respect or getting accustomed to getting respect is not a very healthy idea. That will break the flow of mercy. Because if we get accustomed to something, then it's like watering the weed, and the mind will demand more and more and more and more. But if we get accustomed to giving more and more and more respect to others for their good qualities, then we will always be happy. The choice is ours. This is a very, very famous verse, Amanina Manadina Kirtaniya Sadahari. So if we get accustomed to getting respect, that's not a good idea. Even if we get respect, we should immediately pass it on. That it does not belong to me. Whatever little service I may be doing, which people may be liking, someone's heart may be getting transformed. Someone may think, oh, Prabhu, you're helping me a lot in my journey. But who am I to help anyone? It is all by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, his wonderful disciples, my Diksha Guru, my Shiksha Guru. Who am I? What was I doing 10 years back or 20 years back? I was loitering in the gutters. It's only by their mercy I have, whatever little I have received. So let me not take that credit. Let me not get accustomed to getting great respect. Otherwise, it's a great pitfall. And the mind will always ask more. If we keep it with ourselves, there is no satiation. So if we keep it on, if we pass it on to the spiritual master, who passed on to his spiritual master, and then ultimately to Krishna, who is the Bhokta Ramyagya Tapasam. He is the ultimate Bhokta. He deserves the real respect from everyone. Then it is a healthy situation. Then even if we don't get, that's fine. Others are getting, one is more happy. Others are getting more respect. And that's actually a sign of test. How do I feel when I may have done externally more service, but someone has done less service, but someone is getting more respect? How do I feel? Do I feel envy? Or do I feel genuine happiness? Wow, that devotee did such nice service. Or do I feel envy? Why is the temple president recognizing that devotee? He just brought flowers. I was working whole day and night. That's a test to check how envy is very deep-rooted. But you have to remind ourselves, these verses are there to remind ourselves, so that we don't expect respect, but give all respect. Any other comments or additions before we stop for today?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, the last line about curing the chronic disease is very pertinent to us at this situation of coronavirus, because of the chronic disease. And here the verse is comparing the chronic disease to the lack of Krishna consciousness, and which is the actual biggest disease according to this verse. Because of Hiranyakashipu, all throughout the world, the glorification of the Lord and bhakti was diminished. And this verse just proves that external disease is nothing compared to losing Krishna consciousness or losing bhakti. Thank you, Prabhuji. Dandal.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Very nice. Anything else before we stop for today? Okay, so we will stop here. Granthaj Srimad Bhagvatam ki jai, Shri Narsingh Bhagwan ki jai, Shri Prahlad Maharaj ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samaveta Gaura Bhaktivinoda ki jai. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.